when you go on the road, and this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Maryland's offense will get the ball first. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. This offense is now to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
There he goes! Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He's going to take off. At midfield, he's got room. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Man, you got to lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
And the Terrapins come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Snagged in the middle, it's Charles. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great way.
Dropping back, it's Duggar. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Now the pitch. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. It won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of the guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you...
Intercepted in the first drive, ends with the pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
They say rain usually affects the defense more than the offense. The offensive player knows where he's going, but the defense will disagree. What a start. Come out, first possession, create a turnover, now send a statement. You ain't throwing the ball in this rain.
The Crimson Tide been deep in their own end, trying to find a little breathing room. He's got a man. It's Meadows. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
A run for the quarterback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Find some fresh air.
The return is tackled down at the 43, and the Maryland offense will take over.
Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Back to pass. They go to the wide receiver screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. The Terrapins come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Stokes. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42. And the Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Davidson. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Terrapins. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Suggs. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. One final play before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. On the move. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Here on 3rd down for this offense. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Ran right. He smashes his way through again. All kinds of room to the right. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all away. Touchdown, Alabama! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Off-play action on first down. Now adjusting. Hit as he throws. Complete to the left. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Pressure coming. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
A 1st down run in the red zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Maryland!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Suggs. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Grab behind the line, it's Meadows. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires on the move. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Now the toss. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Hubs it downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field, and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it. Did a good job.
He lobs one high down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terpin offense ready to go. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Duggar. Sends it downfield. A full dive to haul that one in. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Alabama.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touchdown, Terrapins! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got 1 drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Grabbed in the middle. It's Little. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Quick timeout called on the offense after the play. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. And they spike it to stop the clock.
The ball and the clock is stopped. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They go to the ground. Still on his feet at the 35. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Going to the ground. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa.
The Terrapins will kick it off to start the 2nd half. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best.
Oh, he's got some space. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This offense has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get behind the sticks consistently. They've got to start to narrow this gap.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback, and they're able to come away with a pick.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Holds and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass, it's Duggar. Looking to the big tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
Looking to throw on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Ball down at the 31-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Lofts one high indeed. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught
it. Leaves it with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Knocked off his feet.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the chains for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Power football with the run.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Little. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Duke. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Rides the back and leaves it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try the jet sweep going for the 1st down. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
You know, in the running game, there's a lot of ways that you can attack a defense. You can do it conventionally with running backs, and we're seeing more and more teams use the quarterback in the RPO game and zone reads. But I love when you sprinkle in a little jet sweep. Use the athleticism of your wide receivers to help you go get 1st downs.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Tight end now in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown time! And the comeback is on. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game, but they need some help from the defense.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They'll move the tight end. Hands it off. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also...
Turning it on! They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
Fires to the tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. And the Terrapins will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Duggar. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Maryland!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Complete to start this drive. On the move at the 30. Turning on the Jets. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And here they come almost all the way back.
That is Such a great job by the offense putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with the win.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Oklahoma State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Stillwater for a long time. They're up 14 over Syracuse. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give as they work on that clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to throw. It's Duggar. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a dub.
The option look. He'll toss it. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might be calling a hot route. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And on 3rd down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the first down, a new set of downs for this offense.
The Terrapins kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To throw, it's Duggar. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Breaks into the open. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that...
Makes the grab, he's got a first down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's border of the mighty Mississippi. A couple of states tied together through history and a couple of schools that share some common ground. They're going to lock horns once again in the battle for the Golden Boot. And the Razorbacks will kick it away. Start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
People still fill in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. And he'll bring it back. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get to...
There he goes. Spins. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39. This crowd full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is no different.
Creates a little room. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for him.
Got his man on the right. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Yeah, and what a nice job finding your matchup, Palmer, on 3rd down. Understanding I got a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Nice angle route, getting right there between the linebackers and getting the 3rd down conversion.
It was a really good job, too, David, of the running back that time, setting up like he was going to the flat, and the linebacker gets a little bit too excited. He then puts his foot in the ground, cuts back to the middle. It's an easy pitch and catch, and they get the first down.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Keep it on the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. And the Tigers backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Here's the handoff. Gets that thing away from the goalpost. He's got 5 out to the 10-yard line.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality in the ground game.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete to the left. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Off the RPO, complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help them. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. Think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard it.
Throws to the tight end. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Back to throw, it's Davidson. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted for the 11th time. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we've got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Got his man on the outside. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling.
Turning it on! And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Trying play action. He's going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking. It's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Tigers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Some rivalries forged in excellence, some in geographical proximity, and that's what we have once the Razorbacks joined the SEC. Someone had the brilliant idea, we need a big golden boot that looks like the 2 states, and it's one of the most hotly contested rivalry games of the year.
And big is the right word. It's 4 feet tall. It's 200 pounds. It's 24-karat gold. Palmer, this is the trophy you want to win. There's some bad trophies out there, but this boot is a big deal.
It fills your trophy case. It's got girth. It's got weight. You appreciate that. I know everyone's going to say, no, Italy's the boot. No, it's not. Louisiana, Arkansas, and the Golden Boot Trophy. That's what it's all about.
Unloads to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Davidson. That's reeled in, it's Manning. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Sets up the screen. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
of screen plays. You really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but
no more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Running back searching for a hole. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Firing to the right, complete.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And the Razorbacks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Scanning the field, it's Davidson. Finds the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it down the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. And the Razorbacks want to move quickly. Wants to fire on second down. Quick completion on the out. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Looking to throw on first down. Working the middle. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful...
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's piled up 76 yards rushing, and what a season he's putting together, well on his way to a 1,500-yard campaign. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Here's the pressure. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
The give to the tailback. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And he was off to the races, and he gets into the 45.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit.
On the field goal.
Oh, he missed it. No good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Razorbacks. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 6. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. On the ground with the counter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Stockton. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tigers. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you
only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. RPO complete to open the drive. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. This rivalry picked up steam when the Razorbacks joined the SEC, and man, some of the names that have had moments: Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, Matt Jones, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, all of it over a golden boot.
And been playing since 1901. You think about all the great rivalries in college football, especially in the South. This is one of the best ones here. Not always have been in the same conference, but they've played a lot of times, David, and it gets hot every time they meet up.
Yeah, and the boot is the shape of Arkansas with the shape of Louisiana, so obviously close proximity, bragging rights on the line.
Safe completion on the screen. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking downfield, it's Davidson. Finds his man in the middle. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Leaves it with the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Picks up the first down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's...
Touchdown, Razorbacks! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And some room to work. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self. Kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it. Kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a
And here comes the punt team.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Let's see what he can do with it. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the third. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped at the 48 and pickup of 10 on the play.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. Hits him in stride at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable fourth quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Makes the grab. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous.
And the quarterback pulled up 2 and sacked at the 12.
You got to love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the fourth quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
Fires left. It's complete. Oh, he's got some space. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Second down coming up.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Now the play fake. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Just a short pass to the tight end. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Razorbacks will line up to punt it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Ready to fire from the pistol. They want that clock to run. Got enough for the first. Give him 109 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown LSU! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The one thing I love about this defense, and they're showing it here in this game, is there's a variety of ways they can get after your quarterback. They can get home with 4, they can get home with 3, or they can blitz guys from all over the field, but they've got athletes with bad intentions, and they've registered a ton of sacks in this one.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
Rams in with the stiff arm. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. He's
got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
What can you say about this offense in this game? It hasn't always been pretty all season long, yet they've continually found ways to win each and every week. But today, in a day where they had to light the scoreboard up because the opposing offense came to play, their offense got it done, and as a result, they stay undefeated.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this.
Just keeps moving. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Takes the easy completion. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Got a man in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That is what you call putting a little air under it and letting your guy run to it.
Exactly right, Reese. It's so hard to track that football when you put so much air underneath it, and I'm trying to run with the wide receiver. He's so used to doing that every single day in practice, and you could tell he saw the ball great, went up and plucked it.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a first.
Gives it on the option. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Under fire. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Here's a heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own one. It's complete on the right side. Turning it on. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Smith. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. There is joy all across the bayou as LSU takes down Arkansas in the battle for the Golden Boot. That will put the wrap on things from here for David Pollock.